Hello, and happy bank holiday to anybody watching here in Ireland. Only the second St. Bridget's public holiday. I hope you're having a lovely Monday. I'm sorry that it's rather later than normal, this Monday message. But I've actually just driven back from having a wonderful weekend with friends that I hadn't seen for a long time in kind of Leitrim, Roscommon that way. And I was planning to actually do my Monday messages from the car, but I just couldn't get a good enough connection. So hence the lateness, but better late than never, I think. So what I wanted to talk about today was adventures. And being with my friends this weekend reminded me of actually a commitment that I made to myself a couple of years ago, which was to have as many adventures as I possibly could in my life. And last year was really, really good and satisfying from that perspective. And I've recommitted to that as part of what I want from 2024. And I had a conversation with one of my friends this weekend about what an adventure actually is. And I know for a lot of people, adventure is, there might be a belief that an adventure is something epic, it's something big, it's something like, a trip of a lifetime, or perhaps it's jumping out of a plane, doing some adrenally charged activity that you've never done before, that kind of thing. And for some people, that can feel too big, too unattainable, too, something that has to be rationed because of finances or accessibility or courage or whatever it is. And I wanted this Monday to break that down a little bit and say, well, okay, what is an adventure? An adventure to me is something that adds a little bit of variety and excitement to my life. Something that allows me to step out of perhaps my normal routine, or to challenge something that I believe about myself or that I believe I'm capable of. Sometimes that is about doing something that I've perhaps never done before. So there's an element of curiosity in adventure as well, I think. And sometimes it's the really small things. It's the things that perhaps we do every day, but an adventure is about doing those things a little bit differently. So, perhaps if it's that walk that you do always with your dog, that you've looked at a path that you never go down, and just out of curiosity today, you think, actually, let's just go down there. Let's just see what can happen, and it feels more alive. We're more present because it's not familiar to us. And maybe there is a little bit of fear, a little bit of excitement. They can get confusing, those two sensations. But we want to satisfy our curiosity. And the very fact that we're doing something out of the ordinary, different, that's an adventure. Just deciding, I should do my accounts today. That's what I normally do. But fuck it. Let's actually just say, today I want to go off and have a cup of tea in my local posh hotel. Or, I want to go swimming instead. Or just a break in the norm, in the routine, and that feels a little bit daring, perhaps. It could be that. That's an adventure. So we can actually invite little daily adventures into our lives as well as the bigger ones. I get that obviously, going on some foreign trip, or climbing that mountain, or swimming in that particular lake, or whatever, that's a bigger adventure. It's something that perhaps needs a bit more planning and a bit more, sometimes a bit more finances, that kind of thing. But actually, we can have little adventures every day if we just reframe how we think about adventure. And all of us, doesn't matter who you are, we all have a little part of us that actually craves that kind of variety, excitement and excitement. And if we don't satisfy that, if we are constantly stuck in routine or structure or something that we've planned, I believe that that's kind of denying that side of us. And we can sometimes, therefore, have a kind of longing for that. And that starts underpinning what we're doing on a daily basis. Whereas if we can say, well, yeah, I can have an adventure every day if I want, and it can be as simple as doing something that I always do, but doing it in a slightly different way. And that will satisfy that need for a little bit of variety, a little bit of excitement, a little bit of feel the fear and do it anyway kind of thing, sense of achievement, all of that. That's for me, all those things are bound up in what constitutes an adventure. So over this weekend, all we knew was that we were going up to visit these friends in a part of the country that we don't know very well. And we didn't plan anything. And I think actually neither did they. We just went with the flow and went, oh, let's do that. That sounds good. For my husband in particular, he tried quite a few things that he had never done before, which is he enjoyed thoroughly. And we explored areas that for us were totally new, and it felt like an adventure. But even yesterday, when we were kind of sitting around the house and the lads were busy doing something, and me and my friend, we decided, actually, let's just go off and have coffee in the local castle, rather than sitting around the house. So, and that felt like a bit of an adventure as well. So, yeah, I could give you lots of different examples, but I just wanted to encourage you to think about what an adventure means to you, and perhaps think about two different types of adventures. So if you could share for you, what's your biggest adventure to date? And there's no scale on that. What feels big for you might not feel big for me, and the other way around. And also, what do you think you could identify as a small adventure, something that's more regular, perhaps? I mean, it's not going to be regular because then it wouldn't be an adventure, but do you know what I mean? Something that could be more accessible, more daily. And is there something in your daily life that you could actually turn into an adventure? Yeah, that's it. Because I think the more adventures we have in our lives, then the more stimulated and exciting and curious and fun we're going to invite into our lives. And that's always a good thing. So, as ever, I welcome any thoughts you have on that. And if you do want to share, I'd be really grateful, because I think that it can inspire other people. And I think I want to encourage all of us to have as many adventures as possible in our lives. And think about what that does for you, how you feel when you feel, God, I've had a bit of an adventure today. Because that's a lovely feeling. Well, it is to me. Now, it might not be to you. So, as ever, I welcome comments on that. And thank you for joining me. Sorry it's a bit late today. But yeah, I was too busy having adventures. So let me know how you get on. And as ever, mind yourselves as best you can.